There we go. Okay, very good. Okay, now a couple of things. I used one of these that was our throwaway, so it's not going to have all the grid lines, so don't worry about that. I've got everything lined up, so I know where I'm going, and I've prepped some things a little ahead so I can do a little bit more and not be tied up with the technical stuff trying to move papers and stuff. Okay? But I try to get as close as to what you're going to see. So what I start out with when I'm fixing to lay in colors, I want to get kind of a base color, kind of like you put on foundation, you know, like we girls do with makeup. And so I try to find kind of the mid color. Well, I've got several ranges. See here, I've got that color, and I've got a little bit of that one, and I've got a little bit of that one. So I'm going to use, in this case, I think I'm going to start with this mid one. I always kind of set the middle, because I can always push things a little bit darker than it needs to be. I can go a little bit lighter, but I'm trying to find kind of what that middle color is first, and then I can work darker and lighter as I need to. So I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to go right here, because that's really kind of the middle. And I started to lay like that. Instead, go across in a little zigzag, just kind of color, just like you would if you had a crayon. Okay, and then I'm going to tap it like that, and then I'm going to clean my finger. It's important to clean your finger, because once you've tapped that, you've picked up that pigment. And if you go in and you put your light in, you go to tap it again, you've now put your dark on top of your light. You've lost control. Okay, so it's really important. As a matter of fact, it's so important that one day I said, okay, I'm tired of this, and so I spent the whole morning until about noon, and I literally sat there and went 1, 2, 3. So tap would be 1, 2, 3, clean. 1, 2, 3, clean. Every time I got ready, 1, 2, 3, clean. And by noon, I had myself trained. It was hard work. Okay, and so here on these pastels, yours are going to be brand new, so you can probably easily find your edge. As they get more worn, sometimes you lay it down, but you don't know exactly where it's going to hit. So I usually just kind of touch it down and make a mark and say, oh, okay, yeah, okay, so now I know where it's going to mark in relation to how I'm holding it. And then again, I'm just going to kind of, now in this case, I'm on the edge, and I'm just going to kind of do little dots to define that edge. Okay, and if I got a little out of line there, I can just pick up my knead eraser and clean that up a little bit. Okay, and see how that's looking a little bit lighter on my ampersand panel? But that's okay. We can go back and make it a little bit darker if we need to. Okay.
Looking lighter than what? I'm not quite sure.
Well, this color is a little bit lighter than what I'm
Okay.
seeing on my photo. It's going to be about right up at the top, but a little too light. But that's okay. I'm going to show you some ways to fix that.
How much pressure do you use?
Not much. I'm being pretty gentle. If I was using a lot of pressure, it would look like that.
Okay.
Okay. So I don't normally until the end. I don't want to probably get that.
Well, since you've chosen those 3 colors, you're going to keep those out because that's the rest of her face, won't they? Pretty much be those same colors?
Pretty much. You're going to be surprised how many colors you're going to see in this.
Okay.
But see what I've done? I went ahead before you guys got here, and I had already put them up like this.
Oh, perfect.
So I knew which colors I was
that's
working.
That's what I was thinking. You'd want to know what you'd kind of use.
Because there's 20 shades of
I don't trust you to remember anything.
Yes. And if you need to, just set them out if you need to.
Yeah. My bad memory is notorious.
You'll eventually get to where you pretty much know where your colors are, and you can just go right to them. And I revamped this so it's more like, so I'm used to it. The most important thing to do is to learn to be consistent. If you're consistent, then you can find things easy. Right. So these are actually not in the order they were purchased, that they came when I purchased them. They are, actually, I didn't purchase them. These were gifted to me. I make that correction. A man I worked for who owns an art school, just a sweetheart of a guy, he gave all of us a set of these. So I didn't actually purchase it. But when it came, I went back and I moved the colors to where the ones I use most, and that I can see groupings. But the most important thing is for you to be consistent with what you're doing.
Oh,
then you're not going, oh, where's the reds? And then and last time they were there, and this time they're there, and next week they'll be here. Just get some consistency so you're not spending all your time trying to find your colors. You can be working. Right. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm going to come back in this area, and I'm going to lay in this little bit darker peachy color.
I'm sorry, may I ask one more question?
Yes, absolutely.
So you don't fill in the entire background with the medium color? Or did you? I didn't.
I did not, And I normally do.
Oh, you do?
I don't know why I did that different this time. That's correct. I normally do.
Okay.
But in this case, I'm talking and trying to do it too.
But you
That
stated
could be a
you did,
disaster.
because you said it was like foundation.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes, yes. So thank you for catching me and correcting me. Now I can see that. See how there's movement of light in there? It changes color, but it's really light here, and then it gets a little bit darker here, and then we go into the dark. Well, see this area right here? It's not light enough. I'm probably seeing too much board through it still, and so I'm going to come back and I'm going to do another layer. Again, I'm still working pretty light. And then I'm going to put a few little dots of this in here just to kind of make a transition. See that? And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to soften it with my finger. Now, if that didn't get it quite enough, see, I want to move my light in a little more, I can get my light and pull this way.
Oh.
Okay? See there? Now, let me hold this up for you so you can get a little more light. Now, see, it's not perfect, but I generally have it. So that's the first pass. We're going to make a second pass and we'll be doing the rows. And that's going to allow us to clean up, like where our grid, we'll have some places where you got a real sharp line and we'll clean all that up so that by the time we're done we'll have a beautiful smooth skin and you won't tell you used a grid. Yeah, so that's the fun part. Okay.
A crooked grid, no less. Yeah.
I'm going to do one more piece of this, and I'm going to cheat.
Oh my.
And
The cute nose. That's the cute part of the nose.
I know, doesn't she have the best ever nose?
I know.
She does. I think I see a little more on my photo than here. Maybe I need to do this. Okay, alrighty. So again, I'm going to take those 3 basic colors and I know, I'm going to see if I can't do it correctly this time like I told you.
No, I just wanted to be sure.
So I'm going to take my mid color and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go over this generally, but I'm not going to go over where my light is because this is fairly dark and I think it's going to be an issue. So some of these are things that decisions you make as you're working. Okay, now I'm beginning to transition into lighter color here. And actually I'm going to go ahead and do this because I told you and I want you to see that you can do it either way. Okay, let's see. There's a little bit of dark in here. And it's
So
lighter
once you
there.
color in a grid, you keep that uncovered from then on?
No.
Oh.
But I'm doing this so you can see the continuum of it.
Okay.
No, I would actually come back and move this and I would cover this too.
Okay.
Okay, but once you uncover it and you've got 2 squares, before you go to your third one, now work it as a unit. So you can clean up anything and go, oh, that needs to be a little darker there, and up there it needs to be a little lighter. So you can make those quick adjustments, then move on.
Okay.
Okay? Alrighty. So generally I've got the base color. We're good. Okay. So let me come back in and lay in some of the dark, which is in here. So I'm looking, see this shifts. Do you see how there's changes in there? And so I want to keep it, I don't want to make it real solid on this pass because I've already got a base on it. I want to see the little nuances, the little changes in value and color as I'm going. Okay, now I want to put some of that light back in there because I'm constantly reading darks and lights and I'm constantly comparing size. How big is this to that? How big is that to this? Now, see this line here? See how sharp it is? When you're working with, almost any time you're working with any kind of biological form, so it's almost anything besides metal, it usually does not have any kind of sharp edge, and a face really doesn't. So there should be no hard edges on it, okay? So in this case, this is too hard. So I'm going to go between my 2 colors. So I've got this color here and this color here, or I could say this value and a different value here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of wiggle my finger down between those 2, okay? So it's hard to see because my fingers are large. So I'm just going to wiggle right through there a little bit. Okay, now see how nice that is? It softened that up. Do you see the difference in it? Okay, very good. Now, let me come back with some light. I know that I've got white, so I'm not going to go over where the white is because I want to actually, for that bright highlight. But I am just going to kind of get some lights in here. I think that needs a little adjustment right there. It needs to be lighter. And then we've got a little movement down here, and then that shifts darker. Okay, and then we're going to do that. Okay.
So in your truly light area, you're not going to put anything. Is that
Well, I'm not in this case because
It's almost white.
yeah. And I will tell you, it's sometimes challenging when you're trying to demonstrate it and trying to keep it simpler, and so bear with me, because I'll do that sometimes. I'll say something, you do it this way, and then I'll do it different. So just keep me straight here. Keep me straight. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to put a little stronger pigment more towards the edge. Don't get real strong on the edge, because you may not have it correct, and you may want to make a correction. And if you do it real hard like that, it is very difficult to get that off completely.
So once again, like you were saying, you're not using any hard lines. You're using dots and blending and keeping it soft,
Yes,
even
I
on
want
the
to keep
outside.
it correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Wow.
Okay, so let me blend that a little bit, and then I'm going to come back and add in this reddish color, and instead of going straight red, I'm going to go with more of an orange color to begin with and get that in. And again, I'm just kind of looking at my shape. Now see, at some points you may lose your drawing. If you need to go back and add a little drawing in, do what you need to get it. Okay, now see, that's way too bright. So here's what you do if it's too bright. You come back with the complement. So the complement of red is green. I think about a Christmas tree. If you have a green Christmas tree and you have giant red balls on it. So the complement of red is green. So all I need to do at that point is to take a green, and in this case I'm going to use this one. This is one of my favorite greens. Is this the one? I believe this is the one.
Oh my gosh, really? Yeah. I could
So
never-
what you're going to do is you're going to pick up a little on your finger. Now that looks like that's maybe too much, so I'm going to go like that, so I don't have as much pigment. Do you see how it's not, doesn't have as much pigment on it? And I'm just going to dot through there. Can you see how it's changing the intensity of that orange?
Wow.
You see that?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll be talking more and more to you as you're working about how to shift the intensity of a color or value.
Wow.
So generally we've kind of got the idea. I think it could be a little smoother, so I'm going to be a little bolder, and I'm going to just kind of move along and kind of blend that out a little bit. There we go. Now on the second pass we'll add even more color in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you kind of have an idea of what we're going to do. That's our process.
If you say so.
I'm going to be right here with you, so it's going to be fun.